Hello, I am here today to speak to you about our final exam. I was just reading the lyrics to one of the Traveling Wilbury songs, End of the Line, and I was thinking of us because one of this, at the end it says, and I don't sing, but if you know the tune, well, it's all right. We're going to the end of the line. Like it's at the end. I don't sing. I play the guitar and the ukulele and the violin, but I don't sing. But this is true. It's the end of the line. So I'm going to flip this phone around and go right into where our final exam is posted. I have 6 classes. For some of you, you will find the final exam in week 11, and for others, you will find the final exam in week 12. In either case, it's the same final because it's very subjective and it's really going to be molded and formed according to you. It's all about you. Here we go. So here you see it right here, and it says week 12. This was week 12. Week 11s will say week 11, and it says up there it's week that goes until the week goes until April 24th. So don't get fooled by that. Regardless of what it says, our final exam is due by May 12th. May 12th. Hard stop, meaning that's the last possible day. So as you go into the final, the paperwork right here, the handout, which will explain it to you, there are 3 parts to the final exam. It's a review. It's a comprehensive review of your takeaway. What has made you think? What have you thought about? What may stay with you once this semester is over when you think of COM 101? So the first section, there's 3 sections, 3 parts, is to review our discussion boards and pick 1 or 2 that was a highlight for you. And you're going to look through here where it says here, describe the who, what, and why of the message. Who is the speaker? What is the message? Why did you connect to this video? And your response should reflect an understanding of the communication model, meaning the relationship between the source and the listener, like what connected to you. Communication is connection. And why this discussion board is included in an overview of public speaking course, like why do you think it was part of public speaking? You can answer other questions and in your explanation, in your takeaway, but this was just prompts to give you an idea of how you might formulate it. If you're doing you have 2 ways of presenting this final exam. One will be an oral, pre-recorded video, or a written assignment. Either way, so oral communication, written communication. There's 3 parts. If you're doing oral communication, each part should take about a minute for you to express yourself, which is 60 seconds, which can be a long time for some, but it could go longer than that. If it's written, it should be at least 2 to 3 paragraphs, just so there's some depth, some content to your answer that makes it specific for you. The second part, same idea of the takeaway, a highlight of a journal, like one of your peers. We've done a lot of peer review critiques. Select 1 or 2 students this semester that you felt like made an impression on you and talk about that person. Now, you might find in your journals and in your discussion boards that you are paraphrasing or even verbatim taking words you've already used. If they're your words, that is fine. The part that will be new to you is the self-reflection piece, when you're going to critique yourself as a public speaker before this class even started, now, what goals you have for the future, why do you think public speaking is important, where do you see yourself on the spectrum of public speaking. You have always been a public speaker long before you met me in this class, but maybe there was something that might have given you more confidence or an experience that you'll take away. It's not about complimenting the course. It's a serious reflection on yourself. Is it your voice? Do you need to make sure you keep your energy up, to keep your notes in front of you, to be well prepared before you start a message? Everyone is going to have a different answer. So those are the 3 parts. Take time with this exam. Do not rush it. You have until May 12th. If I were you, I would start thinking about these answers now. I would decide, which way do I want it to present itself, which modality, in written or oral. If you're going to do the written, where are we? You see, this is how I get myself confused. We go back to our week 12. It's going to be written. You take choice number 1, and right in here you click this, and you can put a word file and then attach the file, or you can write right in here. Most students, if they do the written, they attach a Word file. So you open a Word document and you keep working at it. When I have a project like this to do, which I see the final exam as our project, I'll never do it in one night. I try to do it over a series of maybe 3 or 4 days. Start it right now. Give yourself a rough draft, a rough outline of what you want to put in it, and then go back to it. Because if it's not as if when you go back to it, even if it's a week from now, you're going to be thinking about it every day. But you've planted the seed in your brain that you're working on this. And it's amazing how subconsciously you might come up with new ideas of what to include or how better to express yourself, what words to use that really clearly show your experience in this class. And if you choose to do an oral final exam, you're going to use the VoiceThread app here. I'm going to put this into the student view so you're going to see how it will look as a student. So you're going to go right over here. Some of you have used VoiceThread in my classes every week, and others have not. So for those who have, you're familiar with this. For those who have not, this will be new for you. But you'll click right on here, and then it's going to say start the assignment, and you're going to click right here. And then you're going to decide how you are going to upload your video. I always use a URL. I use YouTube, so I would press that here. I don't know these other systems, but you can call the Site Lab for help. You put your URL here, you put your title, and right here, if I had done that, you would have seen the Save button would have been highlighted. And you always save your work, and then you submit your work. And that's so important to save, and over here is the Submit button. And until you submit it is not complete. So make sure you have yourself on that. All right, very good. I will see some of you in class, others I will not, but I wanted to give you this video as a reminder of the assignment. I will remind you again that it's due. I know it seems like a long time, but some of my students are leaving at the end of April, beginning of May, and asked could they please do the final exam early. So if I say yes to one, I say yes to everyone. I have really enjoyed your work, and your efforts are greatly appreciated, but most importantly is that you appreciate you and be proud of what you produce on every single assignment. All right, ciao Bella. Thanks for listening.